Okay, so I think we're done with everything and then going to the settlement, so let's infiltration of the locals. Don't know if this will change anything. There's a third option, us. What are you talking about, Commander? Talking about infiltrating the domestic population. During my past missions, I have infiltrated primitive cultures to preserve savages in their natural habitat. I can take on a role of an influential chef of the shamans. For a short time and on this position, I could divert resources for our rescue without being noticed in addition. I could gain valuable knowledge about the behaviors of this unknown species. What's more, perhaps you could even lay the foundation for the positive future development of these creatures and gently introduce them to progress and enlightened thinking. Commander, I want to note that we have no information on the locals. Such path of action risks exposing ourselves. Risk is my new name. I know what risks are. It might be... maybe right, us. Yeah, Risk is my new name. In your personal file, your middle name is noted as Jessica. You roll your eyes. Only your research into artificial intelligence and machines are still incapable of recognizing jokes. Us, that was... If you have made false statements in your personal file, this would be a serious breach of policies 4, 7, 15, and 21. No, us, that was just... I'll make a note so that internal security authorities examine your file more closely upon our return. Till then, however, we must decide on our further course of action, regardless of whether you want to try to infiltrate the culture here. Oh, okay, guess it didn't really change much. Yeah, path leads to the settlement. This is where I had the best chance of infiltrating the locals. If for any reason you decide against the plan, you'll still have the opportunity to reach the transmission tower and send a distress call. Please be extraordinarily careful to avoid any detection, Commander, and take the path towards the settlement. Yeah, I wonder what happens if we actually answer this lady instead. Say, I don't know. Okay, you are expected to respond. Don't mess this up. If you can't handle a social situation like a simple question, your whole cover will blow up in your face. Clear your throat. I don't know what's going on with the other kiddies either. I'll translate into the Ocean of Blood language as you speak. This is a synthesized voice based on sound samples from the creature. Counterpart freezes, the facial expression of their being, which up until now had been producing the Ocean of Blood, the verge of a smile goes slack. It's as if all the responsible muscles are teleported out of the body at the same time. Rosy color leaves the skin completely, making way for what you think is a much healthier looking, chalky pale complexion. Nothing happens for a few seconds. Now riddled with doubts. Could you have possibly made some kind of social pass? And the creature begins to scream a long, shrill squeal. With a few milliseconds delay, Alice hopefully starts sending a simultaneous translation into your ear. Ah, my heart. The scream ends just as abruptly as it began. The creature grabs its chest and falls backwards into its home. Well, what's the plan on giving the poor woman a heart attack? Silence. For a few moments, you sit there perplexed. Ask, how do you analyze the situation? A panic reaction, Commander. The creature is probably playing dead to confuse predators. I get that, but what triggered it? Did it do something wrong? Alice investigates possible sources of error. Most likely answer, the creature known as Kitty cannot communicate with Oceanic bloodlings. No response was expected. But it clearly addressed me, didn't it? Who talks to another being when you don't expect an answer from it? Most likely answer, cultural norms or mental instability. Not enough data is for a more detailed analysis. Let's analyze the creature in more detail. Sure how long the creature will play dead, you wait a few minutes, but you see no movements. So you step over the Oceanic bloodling's body and consider your next move. Eventually the creature will get up again, and it would be good if it were then locked up for the duration of your stay. After short consideration, you tie up the Ocean of Bloodling with a decorative cloth that covered the table. This way you won't get into your way until you leave the planet again. Now, look thoughtfully at the Ocean of Bloodling in front of you. Won't get up anytime soon. You're looking for a local organism as a disguise, this is your chance. Slowly and carefully, you stretch into the dimensions of the strange alien in front of you. Your endoskeleton crackles and pops. Skin mutates through different hues. Kid's whole body fur retracts into a small area on the top of the head, turns white. Skin folds expand and copy the clothing, including its color and texture. You straighten up. Your legs feel a little wobbly at first, but you are able to regain your balance quickly. Fortunately, there is a mirror in the room where you can admire your work. Pretty good, but something is still missing. Aha. With one elegant movement, you bend down, pluck the creature's strained glasses from his olfactory organ, place them on your new mid-face bulge. After that, you have to adjust your eyes for a few minutes until they fit the optical distortion caused by the vision aid. You turn in front of the mirror, examining yourself. Okay, well, that was slightly different, but we didn't mean to kill the poor woman. Wonder what happens if I try to defend myself and end up hurting her. Strange hand has grabbed you by the upper arm. Immediately your survival instincts kick in, you fling the creature, grabbing you over your shoulder and onto the ground in front of you, one fluid motion. Several Ocean of Bloodlings look at you in astonishment. Murmur goes around the crowd. Only lies an Ocean of Bloodling, a similar build to yours. White hair, flowing robes, surprisingly wrinkled, writhing in pain. Creature looks up at you. Adelaide, what on earth? Have you taken leave of your senses? Audible only to us, you whisper, what is the name of the Ocean of Bloodling? I'm currently copying. Let's disappear into the crowd. Just as the bolder guys in Ultra Mongo, you dive up and down between individual Oceanic Bloodlings, keeping to the shadows, tiptoeing among the market's dirty stalls. Your pursuer doesn't give up so quickly and waddles after you, slightly confused. Dive behind the Oceanic Blood Dweller, dressed completely in black, and stay crouched until your uninvited fan finally gives up. Later, you stand up straight again. Time to take care of the antenna. The Oceanic Bloodling dressed in black turns to face you. Ah, Adelaide, good to see you here. And that would be, the priest. You give up. It would attract too much attention to try and disappear again. Why did you have to copy such a popular Oceanic Bloodling? Goes your natural charisma. Real life has brought you nothing but friends, promotions, and fulfilling love affairs. Today of all days, it gets you into trouble. Creature knows nothing of your inner turmoil. Unmoved, it continues its conversation with you. How nice that you came by for the festival after all. Choir rehearsal starts soon. Can I walk you to church? I'm not Adelaide. Maybe you can manage to get rid of the Oceanic Bloodling after all. Fellow citizens, there is some confusion here. I'm not your fellow citizen Adelaide. You look remarkably like him. Rather, I am a complete stranger from outside the community. I was to look exactly like the fellow citizen you are familiar with. Nervously, you wait to see if the Oceanic Bloodling in black will fall for your brilliant deception. Is this a joke, Adelaide? The jokes are getting weirder and weirder. Yeah, ask me, you should leave those trashy novels alone. I'm afraid they're affecting your mental health, and frankly, don't hear about them in confession anymore either. You're terribly surprised that your trick didn't work. Damn it. Yeah, try to wriggle out of this. Don't have time for the activities that Adelaide had planned for today. Unfortunately, I can't test the fry today as promised. Fatty food always gives my tummy ache, and I still have to sing today. Oceanic Bloodling looks at you in confusion. Yes, with us in half an hour. No one said anything about a fryer. Choir practice, Adelaide. Tomorrow we have the competition of that place, and we don't want to embarrass ourselves in front of Father Hoffenmeyer. We need you desperately. I don't think... Yeah, no. I want to see what happens if we try and get ourselves out of the situation. I'm sorry, Father. Please forgive me. Us, how are we doing for time? Badly, Commander. The sooner you can get out of this conversation, the better. Sometimes there is simply no room for subtlety. Nothing. You pretend that you're listening while secretly forming a tentacle near the ground. Still hidden under your dress, you pry loose a stone. Other creature puts his head to the side. Adelaide, is everything alright with you? You're acting kind of... That moment you catapult the stone towards the Oceana Bloodling. The Oceana Bloodling falls to your knees and rubs its face. We're off to the square at top speed. Form is burned to maintain your cover. You urgently need to find something else. Where are we going off to then? Oh, famous. Oh, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Hurry through the streets of the village. Not sure whether the black-clad Oceana Bloodling will recover quickly or not. Who knows that he's going to be pretty pissed off at you. Or more precise, at someone with this particular face. Let that be Adelaide's problem. Well, Adelaide's kinda dead, so... You need a new look. But as always, the question is where to take the inspiration from. Nothing is more embarrassing than suddenly being confronted with your doppelganger. That's why all the shapeshifters' manuals and your sense of propriety suggest locking the original way somehow. In small places like this, everyone knows everyone. Near the face of someone who's not from here. But someone who can still find enough reference pictures to recreate them faithfully. Walk through the alleyway among the trash cans, trying to be inconspicuous. Cycling is an advanced technology achievement, and most of this technology already seems to be in use here. You inspect the inside of the trash can, find two very colourful piles of printed pages which are stored in a flat and unstable form. Paper. It's an actual magazine out of paper. Printed matter is a sure sign of a wasteful civilization, or a paradoxical society. All advanced people known having long since moved on to more efficient forms of knowledge preservation, such as holodisks, and interstellar net and brain probes. Nevertheless, you are no stranger to books and magazines. You have been pelted with stones and sacred writings on primitive planets many times. A basic instinct you usually only know from sitting in doctors' waiting rooms kicks in, and you decide to pick up one of them. Okay, let's look at the magazine with the Oceana Bloodlings. Choose the one with a glossy image of a seemingly ordinary inhabitant of this planet. According to the title, the person shown is a so-called cosmopolitan. Us informs you. Neon lighting frames the portrait of the Oceana Bloodling. Let us translate. Written inside, your boyfriend is cheating on you with your brother. Love your body. I tried home Botox recipes. Smooth with cruise. Living with Chlora. What does Hollywood say? Life of the common Oceana Bloodling seems to be very complicated. Face of this Mr. Cruz, on the other hand, shows confidence. Oceana Bloodling male with a wide mouth opening, large mound for the nostrils and a row of bright teeth, perfectly lined up chewing stones. Without giving it much thought, your body begins to reshape itself into this handsome Mr. Cruz. An accompanying article shows a picture of him and how his presence makes other Oceana Bloodlings happy. Okay, well, we managed to form into Mr. Cruz. Oh, you feel your stature is unusually low. It's otherwise perfect for mingling with the crowd without causing panic. Let's read more about this Mr. Cruz. Wonder if his first name is Tom by any chance. Just hope there isn't anything related to Scientology around here. The whole page features your incoherent tidbits of information about ocean and blood culture in general. Call themselves humans from the planet Earth. How cute. Mr. Cruz in particular. The fact that the procreation of these people is based on a largely binary basis seems to be a serious consequence to the structuring of society, overshaping almost all aspects of their lives and causing great unhappiness to a portion of the population. Size of body parts, status symbol, and the colour of their clothes seem to be of particular relevance. You're mesmerised and can hardly take your eyes off the magazine. If only you had more time, but the mission calls. Okay, where was I? Blink a little to get used to your new eyes. You were about to go to the antenna in order to convert it into an FTL transmitter, and then send out a distress call to the Space Guard. Ah, right. Feel like you've been engrossed in these magazines for months. Lives of Oceana Bottling cast called Hollywood is incredibly exciting. You're intrigued to see what happens when you walk around as one of them now. Okay, I'm on my way. We have to figure out what we need for the conversation. Check yourself all over and are now sure that you look just like the alien in the glossy picture. Self-confident and with a wide grin, you're walking through town. Your body feels pleasantly light. You would dare a few bouncy movements and get your hips gyrating from time to time. Will you mimicry stand up to the scrutinizing gaze of the locals? From time to time you see a few Oceana buildings going about their day. Things slowly get busier. All of a sudden your swinging hips hit an obstacle. Ow, damn it dude, watch where you are. Oh great, it's these guys again. You have awkwardly collided with two Oceana brawlings. To you, all members of this kind still look the same, but these look a little more alien than all the others. Are they clones? Clone's eyes wide in surprise. OMG. One of them starts to gush. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Mr. Cruz. I had no idea. Oh, wow. Okay. Of course you guys would be interested in Mr. Cruz. Too bad on this route we don't know about their pranks. Good news, your body shape and look are very convincing. Bad news, you're anything but inconspicuous. Yeah, great! Perfect. By accident, you hit a famous member of an important case. This should make it a lot easier to access essential resources. Maybe you can infiltrate the local elites. Decide not to panic. Hey, you say a little uncertain, and you smile broadly to make up for it. Make joking motions with your index fingers. Like you saw in the pictures in the magazine. Alright, youngster, you add. That's right, just be natural. Yeah, sure, Mr. Cruz. Chloe started giggling manically. Whoa, you're here out in our village? Here on the shopping street? Please take a selfie with us. This is the big story of our YouTube channel needs. Well, you know it, one of the clones thrust his data pad into your hand. Just have to tap there. Dude, he knows how to work a cell phone. While the clones seem to be bursting with excitement, your ass is also excitedly screaming at you via your internal communicator, but for a completely different reason. Amanda, you must get a hold of this data pad somehow. If I interpreted the data from the magazine correctly, Planet has its own information network, just like they're hyping at home. That explains some of the more eccentric behaviors of the species. If we could get access to it, as continues, it would help us a lot with our mission. We could just simply walk away. No, we'll try and be nice and ask if we can borrow it. Is it okay if we borrow this one a moment? He gave a wide Mr. Cruz grin. The clone's muttered, sure, but of course. Another one interrupts him. Take the device and leave. Behind you, you hear the Ocean and Bloodlings arguing. Dude, that was my phone. Dude, don't be like that. If you can't afford a cell phone, he's probably bring it right back to you any moment. Yeah. Probably not. Took a corner and not being followed. Unbelievable. The celebrity you embody must have the status of a lower deity, otherwise you can't explain what just happened. Part of you wonders what other behavior you would get away with. Arthur brings you back to reality. Very good. Please hold the device close to your communicator so I can connect. Good. The screen of the so-called cell phone, various images flash in rapid succession while Arthur accesses the planetary data network. Okay, the transmission rate is incredibly sluggish, although there's no reception here or something. The amount of data we can extract here will be very limited, but I was able to analyze the construction plan of one of these antennas. We only need a handful of items to convert the local antennas for our purposes. Oh, that's a start. Recommended course of action. Attract as little attention as possible with your new form. This way we will accomplish our mission smoothly and quickly. Our instruction is suddenly drowned out by another scream. Is that? Oh my actual! Eek, oh my god! Within seconds you're surrounded by locals. From all sides. Ocean and Buildings walk towards you and pull out their cell phones. Recognize the first signs of a mass psychosis. Blood pumps are running at full speed. Bow before me, you primitives. Let's try to calm them down. Steady now, you're holding all the cars. Your speakers look up at you in awe. Not even one has dared to approach you yet. No one has shot at you yet either. Ocean and Buildings seem to have raised their little apparatuses for religious reasons. Several dozen of them have gathered around you by now. Concentrate and think of what you learned from the magazine. I'm making a movie? Goodness gasp. The reaction could go either way, but you decide to take the risk. A Hollywood film. Oh my god. It's cruel stretch their extremities and twitch uncontrollably. You're not quite sure what to make of all this, but you're alive and are still commanding everyone's attention. Could have been worse. Your early experience with the cell phones has given you hope that things might actually be easier than you first thought. Standing wide-legged, your chest pushed down, and begin to address the assembled crowd. Bring me the following items. Quantum neutron, oh, you desperately try to remember the materials you need. Ours takes over. While you're having to waste brain power, you start listing the needed parts. Bring me the following items. 50 grams of iron powder, a cross-recessed screwdriver, 30cm copper wire, an aluminum tube, and a 1.2 volt AA battery. Fortunately, the Ocean and Buildings are undisturbed by the fact that you didn't move your mouth to recite this list. Merely sprung to action. No problem, I'll just grab the stuff from my toolbox real quick. Be right back. Copper wire? Mr. Cruz wants copper wire. Run, Rudiger. We don't want Mr. Cruz to have to wait. Yeah, the batteries. Just took them off my pacemaker. No problem, Mr. Cruz. Oh, great. We're gonna have another one to have a heart attack. Great. You get all the bits you need for your work in no time. Time to leave, Commander. We should shake off the logos now if you want to work on the antenna unnoticed. Yeah, we'll go into the side alley. Oh, I forgot. I have to make more people happy and do Hollywood things and stuff. Thank you for your hospitality, Ocean and Blonding. Bye-bye. No, Mr. Cruz, please stay. We'll do anything for you. Anything. Would they like my firstborn? I can make another one. No problem. As quickly as possible, you wriggle out the crowd of Ocean and Bloodlings and disappear into a side alley. Alright then, I'll calculate the fastest way to the antenna, and then we can finally finish all this. Route calculated. Please turn left at the next opportunity. First steps you set out on your path. As soon as you're back on the road, the vehicle stops right in front of you with squealing tires. Two Oceania Bloodlings in uniform get out. Oh no. I wouldn't think I'd run into these guys ever again. That's wild, it really is bananas. When he's visibly excited while his colleague looks a bit sad. I'm really sorry, Mr. Cruz, he says with sincerity while his colleague pulls out something shiny and silvery from his waistband. Wait. Is that the men in black, are they? We have to take you with us, he says firmly. Commander, explanation. These are security personnel. However, if my information is correct, you are perceived as belonging to a social class called Hollywood Star. It means that legal frameworks only apply to loose recommendations and might not be enforced. Recommend action, full cooperation. No, please, I told you right away to be more inconspicuous. Well, we tried, but... Two shiny rings snap around your arm extremities. You offer you no resistance as the security forces put you in the vehicle. Cell phone you stole falls out of your skin fold and is left on the side of the road. Nobody seems to notice. Ah, damn. Of course we lose the phone, but looks like they were handcuffs, not the flashy thing that the men in black use. Great, we're going to prison. Oh, hi again. Might have more interactions with you then, because we only got a brief... Yeah, we only had a brief moment with you, with the twins, so... Two Oceania Bloodlings, which Arthur is called a policeman, guide you through the village. Some residents close by stare at you with open mouths. Others watch you from behind, twitching curtains from the windows of their dwellings. Even without much knowledge about the local customs, you can guess that this whole thing is highly embarrassing. Not openly hostile to you, yet you can't shake the feeling that they made a mistake when you slipped into the form of this cruise. Two Oceania Bloodlings lead you into a building that clearly has some sort of bureaucratic function. Drabness and sense of dull inefficiency in these places is universal across the galaxies. What might it be they're trying to show you here? The other policemen stare wide-eyed when you enter the room. Entrance area is secured, albeit by some fairly simple lock mechanisms. While they can take away your precious possessions, you hide a small bag with the components for the antenna in a skin pocket. Quickly, more Oceania Bloodlings show up, opening a metal door and escorting you on. Each step you feel you are increasingly losing control of the situation. Ask, what's happening? AI is here to help. What do you want to know, Commander? Why was I arrested? Ask, what the Zarek is going on here? Were you able to learn anything before you lost contact with the planetary network? I was able to secure a backup before my connection was disconnected, but it's written in an unknown Oceania Bloodling dialect. Create translation matrix. Please wait. Decoding completed. Huh. How what? Why am I here? Us holds a frequency you rarely hear from it. And you know what it means. The AI is embarrassed. Well, Commander, it seems that a search of a Hollywood mansion has taken place. In the process, the authorities in charge encountered a very bizarre scene. Oceania Bloodling originally... Oceania Bloodling original apparently kept Trocheus mantis as a sort of pet. This is an endangered species of native marine mammal, also known as a manatee. Alongside it, they also found waterproof makeup, a structurally reinforced four-post bed, several oversized nurses' uniforms, a lemon squeezer, and some inflatable dolphin dummies. I don't want to even imagine what this guy is doing to all of those things. I really did not need the info. Your certainly does not have enough data to reconstruct the exact crime. important thing is that you are accused of acts of indecency in addition to violations of animal welfare laws. All are very confusing. Of course, the cruise is into bestiality. Great. God, it's always one thing or another. Okay, sure, let's play along. Try to keep your head down. Somehow you'll rig out of the mills of the Oceania Bloodling justice system. All sorts of Oceania Bloodling specimens litter around the building. Mostly they sit at what looks like a digital data entry machine. But paradoxically, there is also a lot of printed matter scattered around too. Plus more monitors, and many cylinders of sticky black liquid. Those not wearing uniforms must be the victims of the administrative process executed in this place. Wonder what they have done wrong. Policeman leads you to the farthest corner of the room. A policeman appears with a perimeter camera, which he sets up on a small rack and adjusts it in your direction. Cruz, I want to tell you that I don't believe any of this. I've been a big fan of yours since I was a kid. Big fan. Haha, yes, you say in response, and just to be sure you add those lively motions with your index fingers again. Works every time. Would you hold this, please? You have been handed a black flat object, written on it in white letters, the name of your adopted body. Hold up, please, as it smile. Sure, let's just smile. The only thing we seem to know and how to do in this body. No problem. You put on a big smile and I'm immediately startled. Bright flashes of light are emitted by the printed device and illuminate the entire room for a brief moment. The senses, which are already stretched because of this tension, are hopelessly overtaxed. You lose control of your form and your form flickers for the tiniest of moments. Instinctively hissing and constricts your pupil shape into slits. Commander, you're safe. No one in these premises poses a threat to you. Alice's voice booms in your ear canals. Right. This is just a formality. You're a star. As quickly as your face changed, it falls back to its original magnificent state. The policeman standing behind the flashing device seems to suffer similar loss of control over his face. Did he notice? Oh great, I think change might have been photographed. That doesn't seem sure what he wants to tell you. Scorch, get moving. We have to go to the interrogation room. Okay. Oceania Bloodling slaps himself against his cheek with his flat hand. Policeman grabs your hand and presses one of your fingers onto the black, squishy surface of the blocks. Then he presses his finger on the sheet, leaving an oval pattern. Oceania Bloodling repeats this procedure with each of your fingers. Looks at you curtly. You already think you have made it through the worst. When he holds a little card with the black spots closer to his face, instincts tell you this means trouble. You don't have any fingerprints, Mr. Cruz. Fingerprints? What is that supposed to be? Blood pumps are working overtime. Something about your phone caught the Oceania Bloodling's attention, but you haven't the slightest idea what it is. What is Sarex's a fingerprint? Policeman has approached you and grabbed your hands without warning. Voice sounds increasingly shrill. Damn right I don't. I'm a superstar. Yeah, this one an accident from my days as an inexperienced youth. Yeah, that's it. An accident from my days as an inexperienced youth. You lie a bit awkwardly. Policeman frowns. Oh. Takes a step back. Your statement seems to have hit him like a physical force. I had no idea. I mean, I never read about her. Of course, such things do not need to be made public, Mr. Cruz. Don't worry about that. We do have your credentials. Now, celebrity or not, we don't have all day. Hand rests on your shoulder and maneuvers you into a hallway. It's a very bright, very white hallway that, for some reason, sends a shiver down your artificially formed spine. you try to catch a glimpse of this new policeman. Unlike his colleagues, the Oceana building doesn't seem particularly impressed by your presence. Undoubtedly a high rank, a well-trained specimen who probably won't fall for plain psychological tricks. Watch out, Commander. Come to a halt in front of a white door. Policeman works on a mechanism on the door with a piece of metal and leads you into a small room. There's a table in the center of the room. On it, a device which emits light. 2 chairs. The upper part of one wall is equipped with a huge mirrored surface. Oh great, we're being interrogated. Let me guess, bad cop, good cop type of situation? He's asking me to please take a seat. Okay, probably best not to refuse, so we'll sit down. Under the stern gaze of the policeman, you take a seat at the table. You'd like to put an arm around your form right now, and simply break through these walls. Quickly put the idea out of your mind. This would only make things difficult for you, as tempting as it sounds. You are the superior life form. You've handled more difficult situations. But then, a bright beam of light shining into your face sends you into a right panic. Sheer panic. You're reminded of the lumino beasts from Nebula 9, which spread so rapidly that they almost doomed their entire galaxy. Only the combined force of the United Planets was able to push them back to their reservation and prevent their exponential spread. By the time you calm down, the policeman has already taken his seat. He folds his hands in front of him calmly and stares at you from under bushy eyebrows. The light shines in your eyes and you feel like you're under a spotlight. At his mercy, at the center of an unwanted attention. This was exactly what you were trying to avoid. Do you have anything to say? We'll stay silent for now. Silence also is a valid option. Telltale taught me that, anyway. 2 can play that game. Lean forward and fold your arms on the table. Return his gaze. The glare of the lamp may have thrown you off initially, but the Oceana Bloodling has no idea that as a shapeshifter you can easily adapt to your surroundings. I understand. Well, it's entirely your call, Mr. Cruz. The policeman looks at the mirror and nods his head slightly. The door to the room opens and seconds later you are pushed through the much too bright hallway again. Where to now? Okay, that interrogation was short. Oh great, crazy guy. Security staff leads you through the building. The bright hallways and white doors lead into a larger room, where isolated Oceana buildings are kept in cages. Fascinating. Most of them eke out an existence alone or in groups behind metal bars. Rather their visual organs as you are led past them. I do want to know what organs he's talking about, but anyway. Solid metal doors with viewing slits suggest that the larger, more dangerous specimens are held captive there. Coast leads you into a cage in the far corner of the room. Oceana Bonding is already inside. He's fully concentrated on scribbling on the walls with a black pen. Sorry, Mr. Cruz, we're a little overcrowded right now. He gestures to the Oceana Bonding in the cell. Hans is mostly harmless, but he got a little hysterical again today, screaming at people in the village fair, aliens and stuff. I think we briefly met this guy. Was he talking about the reptilian people and stuff? Of course we had to share a cell with him. And of course it wasn't just a fleeting meeting. I'm trying to read what's on the wall here, but I can't really make out any of this. Okay, I noticed the 3G stuff up there. The aliens abducting them, we kind of had that happen. But yeah, all of this seems to be different language, so I don't know how to read it. Okay, the policeman makes a spinning finger gesture next to his head. Aliens. Huh. Huh, yeah. Send in the cell and decide what to do next. Okay, sure, let's talk to Hans. Hans interrupts his work and turns to you. When he realizes who he has in front of him, his eyes open wide. Mr. Cruz, did Bielefeld send you? Bielefeld? You say confused? Bielefeld? Says into your auditory canals at the same time. I see everything. They have the right ears and eyes everywhere. Birds are calling it from the rooftops. Beep, hicks, beep. They want to implant probes in our dental fillings, and there is no escape. Excited by his own words, Hans now scribbles even more obsessively on the wall. Right, every now and then a gurgling sound escapes from him. Yeah. Okay, hey, what do you mean by that? Sure, let's... yeah, just play along. You regret that question even before Ars has finished his simultaneous translation. Ars slowly turns away from his scribblings and towards you. Looks like someone who had to wait for a very long time, or very long, for a chance to be able to explain his world views. With the help of his wall drawings, some videos from the planetary internet, and a spontaneously improvised sock puppet. Okay, I hope you're not using that sock for anything else. Hans lays out the incredible truth of this small blue world. As it turns out, there is a vast international conspiracy of corporations, extraterrestrial life forms, French religious groups, and ancient nobility which controls global events at a massive expense. His ultimate goal, forcing Hans to wear a cloth mask while shopping. Of course, he's one of those people. Anyway, at the center of it all is a place called District 9 in Bielefeld, or something like that. You don't quite follow all of it because Ars's translation matrix crashed briefly in the middle of the presentation due to the many logic errors. But what you understand sounds like, yes, very familiar. Had to smell at some parts of the story. This nesty creature is obviously just a Sarlacc. Far too often families buy Sarlaccs as pets. Well, they're still very cute, but as they grow and take up more space, they're often thrown out the airlock, which they usually survive. These stories of shape-shifting lizard creatures that have supposedly infiltrated aspect of oceanic building society. That sounds an awful lot like Gary and her fellow sociologist to you. This comes your bit. Maybe you are not the only one of your kind on this planet, after all. Still, that does not change your immediate plans. Explain to me again why you think Bielefeld sent me? Where is that anyway? In District 9, as the conspiracy part. Bielefeld does not exist. There's a secret base where they keep captured aliens and dissect them. And they use alien technology to design new parkours that enhance chemtrails. God, you're literally throwing out every type of conspiracy theory that exists. It sounds like a place you should avoid at all costs. Okay, well, let's look around the cell. The cell is simply furnished like one of Quasar-Corp's spaceships for entry-level or disgraced employees. Brickwork is really flimsy and the metal bars frankly ludicrous. Nothing here to really hold you here, apart from a number of witnesses. And I mean, who's going to believe Hans over here? With the conspiracy theories and everything. The cell is equipped with two sitting or lying surfaces, with one placed above the other. There is also an additional small and metallic seating unit. I wonder what exactly this is used for. I still ignores you and his attention is focused on the wall, which he has covered with scribbles and drawings. Yeah, that is a toilet. And by the looks of it, it's been very well used, so don't really want to use it. Thankfully, our alien here doesn't really need a shit as often. Okay, well, time to ask us for advice. Commander, you could just leave the cell. After all, lock on the cell shouldn't be no obstacle for you. Indeed, as a shapeshifter, you should be able to slide through the gaps in the bar without any problems, as long as no one is watching you. And I highly recommend a slightly less conspicuous form this time. Okay, well, let's change form, I guess. Oh my god, are we gonna change into Hans? God, I hope not. Time to stop playing games. Ridiculous Cage cannot hold one of your people. But first, Han still stands in front of the wall, ruffles his hair, and then continues to mumble things that probably only make sense to him. Seems distracted. We can truck him. No, we'll just leave the cell. Sure, he's not gonna notice. Close your eyes and relax your form. Your body temporarily liquefies, skin and all that appears to the eye as clues begin to ripple softly. You step forward and with determination. Form glides around the bars of the cell resembling outside. Seamlessly change your form to that of a police officer. Typical face of a Oceanic Bloodling plus a uniform by an authority figure. Only one problem. Bag with the repair items, as well as your own equipment, is stuck in the cell. Ah. Damn it. Come on, ass. Couldn't you have warned me? Very bad connection in this building, Commander. I can barely hear you. Suddenly cursing the AI, you try to squeeze your equipment through the narrow opening between the bars. Fortunately, this attracts Han's attention. Whereas, what? What happened? What have you done to Mr. Cruz? Oceanic Bloodling stumbles towards you. At the last moment, you manage to save your equipment from him. You kidnapped him. You want me next, is that it? You're not sticking a probe up my you-know-where. Blood pumps are working overtime. Crazed expression on the Oceanic Bloodling's face makes you shiver. Quickly head out of the area with the cells. Straight, left, then right, Commander. Follow Arthur's instructions and avoid eye contact. Feel endless relief as you step out of the police building into the open again. All this trouble just because of some famous Oceanic Bloodling. In a quiet corner, you catch your breath for a moment. Commander, do you think it's a good idea to keep this individual's appearance? Ask purrs in your ear. Without further hesitation, you transform into one of the law enforcement officers, being able to study more closely. Maybe the Oceanic Bloodlings will finally leave you alone in this form. Yeah, I don't think so. I only walked a few steps when R speaks up. Commander, over there, at the end of the street, do you see that machine? A bluish Oceanic Bloodling vehicle stands on the wayside. Seems to be in operation. The apparent owner waves at you, frantically. It's another law enforcement officer. They're everywhere. Hey, ask, calculate the fastest route to the local law-free zone. I've had enough of these lunatics. Negative, Commander. His enclave does not seem to have any slums. Besides, a spontaneous escape in your present form would look highly suspicious. AI probably has a good reason for highlighting this rickety vehicle in the interface. What about the machine? Scans show that this is a primitive device is capable of transmitting on the same high power frequencies as the radio tower. As if my analysis is correct, you have unrestricted access to it in your current form. Restricted access? Look down in your uniform and can hardly believe your luck. You tumbled your way through the day, and then the solution to all your problems is handed to you on a platter. All this was a happy coincidence, or yeah, totally, it was planned from the start. I totally haven't already escaped multiple times, and this is totally my first playthrough, and didn't have to try finding out this route through multiple means. Playing from the very start, you say proudly. The onboard AI buzzes for a few seconds. Really, Commander? Your impersonation of a surprisingly disgraced celebrity on an unexplored planet that led to an arrest by local enforcement was planned? What can I say? Us living creatures are just a bit ahead of you. That's called the chaos factor. Fortunately, us does not comment further on your claims. Thank Christ. Policeman is still waving. Hey Frenzy, are you coming? Thanks, Commander. And remember, you are part of a respectable organization. You are preserving social order. Okay, social order. Social order on an unknown planet. You can do this. With stiff steps, she marched your form into the ocean of Bloodling and his precious vehicle. Frenzy, what's going on? Let's get a move on. Richard rotates his eyes and sluggishly enters the vehicle. The opposite door opens with a click. Oh, come on now. His shape slightly wobbles with nerves. Asks, what do I do? Absolutely no need to worry, Commander. Things could be going better. The radio unit is located right in the center of the control panel on this machine. Get in. Quickly you walk around the vehicle and open the access hatch a little wider. Carefully take a seat in the co-pilot's chair. The uniformed Oceana Bloodling starts the vehicle's engine with a simple ignition mechanism. You observe all his moves, while the vehicle slowly picks up speed. Finally, he activates a small device embedded in the console, which you identify as a primitive radio wave receiver. Noise of the frequency search crackles through the speakers, and so you quietly ask the onboard AI. So how do I proceed now? Every now and then, the uniformed Oceana Bloodling comments on the steering skills of the other vehicle pilots. Not that you have an option on that. Bzzz, you flinch. The vehicle's radio system emits a static sound. To you, they sound like a particularly offensive dialect of a backwards galaxy. We need to convert the radio transmitter. The Oceana Bloodling is in the way, Commander. It's always the same. There's always someone in the way. We only need to talk to a therapist after this mission about the negative influence ours has on your relationships with other living creatures. Or you, the negative influence. Now is not the time to be having these kinds of thoughts. You need to focus on the present. Policeman looks at you. Quite a day, isn't it, Francie? First an asteroid crashes into the forest, then an internationally wanted Hollywood star shows up in the village. Now this? Really wonder if this day can get any more bananas. I agree with the Oceana Bloodling, while also considering how best to get rid of it. Throw him out the moving vehicle, or stun it with your medical injector. Probably best to stun it, because don't think throwing him out would do us any good. Time to act. Purposely you pull out your medikit out of a fold of skin and calibrate it to produce another anesthetic vial. What do you have there, Francie? Trevor asked. Oh, do you have diabetes? You never said any. Without hesitation, you ram the injector into the Oceana Bloodling's neck. Immediately goes limp and starts to make strange sounds with its face. Uh-oh, I didn't just kill him by accident. That was delightfully easy. That can be so uncomplicated when you ruthlessly eliminate all your potential witnesses. You should definitely keep that in mind for the future. Alice patiently teaches you how to modify the perimeter communication device so that you can use it to send signals beyond orbit. The onboard AI throws around technical terms that you promised to learn, but immediately forget. Just another day. Confirmed. Signal sent. Okay, yay. Okay, Hollywood star spotted in the Bavarian woods. Journey through the small enclave on the Oceana Blood has left its mark. no one can quite explain why the famous, now infamous, movie star was released from custody, since neither flight nor train ride has been booked in his name. The police suspect he is still in the forest of Bavaria. We had retreated from his big scandal. Just a few hours after your escape from the Ocean of Blood, the first sightings of Mr. Cruz are reported near various forest clearings, or, in the case of Alphonse Mir, in his front yard. Meantime, an unscrupulous homeless man with a conspicuous grin tried to profit from the excitement, tried to sneak onto Mr. Cruz's property. But because Mr. Cruz is evidently in the free state of Bavaria, Rook was arrested and charged with identity theft. Your escapades on an Ocean of Blood celebrity are recorded in a long, very long, uncomfortably long report by us, who expounds at length your bad decisions caused by deep-seated narcissism. By mutual agreement, your career has been terminated. Take some time off, not by choice. Gaze from the window of your dreary little quarters into the poisonous rain of your homeworld. Dream of a different life, a life where you were a star. Oh, that was unfortunate. Okay, ending 7. Your human laws mean nothing to me. Okay, I'm gonna try resisting arrest this time, see what happens. It'll start to tense just below the surface of the skin. At the first available opportunity, you want to make a run for it. All sorts of ocean and building specimens lying around the building. Mostly they sit at what looks like, okay, we already read through all this. Okay, we'll look down this time. Squint your eyes and direct your gaze to the floor. That was lucky. Suddenly, in a flash of light, a beginner would be thrown off by this and reveal their true form, but not you. Only someone were there to pat you on the back for this. I mean, we already kind of went through that the first time, so. Okay, then on to, the fingerprints. Damn right I don't. Stay confidently thrusting your fists against your hips, just as you had seen in some of the photos in the magazine. Policeman frowns, shoulders drop. Without another word, the Ocean of the building slinks away and disappears into one of the adjacent rooms. You shake the feeling that he has become suspicious. Great. Okay, let's see what happens if we refuse. Who does he think he is? Not only are you a visitor from the stars, but you also look like a famous Hollywood star, whatever that means. Deserve better. I would not sit down. I am famous. Ocean of Bloodling leans back. I see. So you think you're something better, huh? My colleagues out there might lick the dirt off your shoes, but not me. I never liked you. Crosses his arms. I hate your stupid movies. Well, this is not going well. But what I hate even more, Ocean of Bloodling narrows his eyes, is an animal abuser. Damn. Instinctively, you wanted to change form. The charade is over. His body has brought you only trouble. You should stay in our humble, quaint Bavarian prison cell. Yes, just a thing for Mr. Big Shot Hollywood. You can talk again in a few hours, or a few days. Let's see. Get him out of my sight. This one looks at the mirror and nods his head slightly. Door to the room opens, and seconds later you are pushed through the much too bright hallway again. Where to now? Okay, and we're back here again. Okay, let's see what happens if we try to draw hands. It's almost too easy. Hans is currently drawing a spaceship drilling a hole into a volcano when you eject him with an anesthetic. Gently laid down in one of the beds. Poor guy, you feel a little sorry for him. You can't afford potentially hysterical witnesses. Close your eyes and relax your form. Body temporarily liquefies, skin and all that appears to be okay. Yeah, we already. Okay, let's see what happens when we try to throw him out of the moving vehicle. I don't like that you're looking at me like that. Here we go. Adjust your shape, inflate the arms and upper body so a little, and strengthening the muscle strength necessary for such an action. This man seems to have noticed the change. Ramsey, have you been working out? That's how far he gets before you throw him out of the not very fast moving vehicle, including his seat. Ow, ow! It goes down the road through the still open door. That was definitely easy. Likely so uncomplicated when you ruthlessly eliminate all potential witnesses. You should definitely keep that in mind for the future. Okay, and then that just leads to the same thing. Okay, let's see what happens when we say for them to bow before me. Well, before me, you primitives. Bait me, you lowly rebel. Shout. Fist raised to the sky. Realize depositor of a small village. When in a small village. Reaction of your viewers is rather muted. Mum? And Ellison says embarrassed as his mother actually gets down on her knees. Shh, he makes good movies. What can we do for you, Mr. Cruz? A mailman who is also crushed on the ground asked. This is the opportunity to use your new servants to your advantage. Okay, and then yeah, this is the same stuff. Take me to your leader, I guess. Usually advisable to contact the highest ranking Ocean at Bloodling, especially since your own form seems to exude authority. Leagues among themselves. Creatures are whispering. Those who have bowed to you or even gone down on their knees for a moment have now gone up and are brushing the dirt off their pants. Mr. Cruz! New Ocean at Bloodling with a large head approaches you. Shows you a bright white smile like the ones you saw in the magazine earlier. Clothes of the new Ocean at Bloodling are clearly different from the others. I wonder if this is the leader or some kind of warden. Like the others who circle you vertically, but do not approach you, this Ocean at Bloodling seems to have no fear of contact. Maybe you overestimated your new form after all. Mr. Cruz, it is an honor to welcome you to this town. Mayor Putzel is your biggest fan. Please join me for a drink at the town hall. Mayor? Master of the Citizens is the literal translation here. Apparently the local title comparable to a chief or superintendent. That sounds promising. So be it, lackey. Take me to your master of citizens. Okay, I guess we're going somewhere different now instead of the police station. The Ocean at Bloodling maneuvers you purposely across the street towards a tall building. You almost hadn't noticed it amidst the many excited locals and colourful billboards. It's an honour to welcome you to our humble town hall. We've never had a real film star visit here. We only ever C-list superstars, you know. Yes. Together you enter the building. The Ocean at Bloodling leads you confidently through a rather confusing maze of rooms and corridors. In some dark paths that lead to other parts of the house, you see pairs of eyes flashing every now and then. We had no idea you were filming in our humble village. Hollywood secrecy, right? Is your crew waiting outside? Is it for the next installment of your action series? This strange person is asking all kinds of questions that he doesn't really seem to expect an answer to. Still very tense, she merely offers a wide smile in response. This still is serving you very well. Here we are. Lackey comes to a halt in front of a heavy wooden door. Please take a seat. Mayor will be with you in a moment. He's really your biggest fan, trust me. Hey, yes, let's grin and don't say anything. Continue to grin and say nothing. Lackey returns your smile and directs you inside the actual office. Actually passing as a Hollywood star is surprisingly easy. As long as all you have to do is grin and nod. That's when you see the inside of the room. See a large wooden desk with a chair behind it that probably acts as a throne of this master citizen. Small wheels at its bottom end seem to be a special status symbol. The rest of the throne room, however, is dedicated to someone completely different. You. Face of the celebrity, you're intimidating and emblazoned on many posters hanging on the wall. Large cardboard display next to the desk shows you in a pilot's uniform. A glass box on the wall is a small box with a pair of sunglasses. A photograph of you wearing them. Next to it is a ball. Guess a piece of sports equipment, decorated with all sorts of handwriting. Oceana Building's ruins. As you approach the desk, you recognize an official paper decorated with a small drawing in the margin. It's a caricature of you and another Oceana Bloodling, and exoskeletons, fine tentacle-armed creatures. Thus, I think I should learn more about the Oceana Bloodling I'm impersonating. By the way, it is precisely situations like these why experienced infiltrators don't just copy locals at random, but do extensive research in advance. Well, unfortunately for us, we don't get that luxury, because we're the first of our kind to be here. Well, apart from Edo from before. Experienced navigation systems also avoid satellites rather than crashing and stranding their crew on unknown planets. Are you going to help me now, or should we just both be found out? Did you aside from us? Please hold the Oceana Building mobily near the communicator, so I can access their planetary network. Connection is agonizingly slow, but you can still retrieve some information. You do as you're told. Okay, one of these posters. What's the significance of these posters and cardboard stands? The Oceana Building you copy is a movie star. This is a form of entertainment comparable to horror films, only in 2D. Posters are probably advertising materials for some of these films. Okay, what's this movie about? Point to the cardboard display next to the desk. Please wait. Search successful. The film seems to be about a supreme cannon, so presumably it discusses an advantages of highly developed weapon system. Oceana Building plays a volleyball athlete who is also a fighter pilot. And that one. Pointing towards another poster on the wall. That one. Conversations of a blood-sucking undead. This is probably a character from the Oceana Building mythology, for which there is no direct translation to our language. It is heavily sexualized, as it does, unfortunately. If I understand the search results correctly, oh no. They didn't find about Rule 34, did they? Okay, I shouldn't consider loss of blood attractive. There are some messed up people in the world, but yeah. Okay, what about that one? War of the Planets. War of the Worlds. Oceana Building is an average person who gets involved in an invasion from a neighboring planet. Attackers die within days from oceana blood microbes. Oof. Good thing that can't happen to me, right us? God, I hope not. Right us? Hello? Okay, and this one. No Oceana Building of liquid precipitation. Your Oceana Building is taking advantage of neurodivergent relative to cheater gambling. Right. Not too sure what that movie is. Okay, and this one. Assignment Unsolvable. Despite the title, there are 5 other films with that name. Oh, it's probably Mission Impossible. I just realized that. That's the reference to that one. So unsolvable assignments don't seem to be an obstacle to continue business relationships. Good to know. And that one? Last among Warriors officials, your Oceana Building comes to a less technologically advanced nation as an arms dealer. joins the rebellion of the aforementioned warrior officials and loses to the advanced weapons he supplies. Arsene interrupts himself. Commander, this is all very fascinating from a cultural perspective, but we can make better use of our time until the Master sentence arrives. Aww. It'd probably be good to have up-to-date information about my ocean and bloodling. What projects am I working on? Do I have any partners I should be aware of? And so on. Magazine made all this stuff seem pretty important. The information may have been out of date. A good idea. Please wait. Starting search. Please wait. I'm sorry, Commander. Network connection here is unbearably slow. I had the results now. Current film project is unknown, but the whole planet wants to know what you're working on. Seem to have a very close affiliation to an organization made up entirely of scientists. Sounds very enlightening. Partners, oh dear. Okay, yeah, you don't want to get involved with the whole Scientology thing. We'll get on their bad side, cause yikes. Anyway, really? Alice, what did you find? There's an international arrest warrant against you. Nobody knows where your original is at the moment. Details are unclear, but it might have something to do with endangered marine mammals. Important thing is you are a wanted man. That, by the way, is what the gender identity you're embodying right now is called. Shoulders slump. Do I look for a new form? We'll talk to the mayor. We'll talk to the mayor for starters. Pull yourself together. Well, it's not lost yet. Boarding a person with tremendous influence. This local ruler seems to be obsessed with me. Surely I can get him to bend the law a little for me. It'd be laughable to get this fall up now. Sooner have you spoken these words, then somebody enters the office. Tall ocean building in a finely tailored fabric walks hurriedly towards you. Everything about this demeanor says, I am ruler. Being used to be giving orders and also used to being obeyed. This must be the master of citizens. Spreads his arms. Is this an invitation to mate? No. We're on attack. You've been found out already? Are they here to arrest you? In many primitive cultures, the rulers maintain their position only by demonstrating physical strength. Maybe he's here to arrest you personally. I don't think so. No does as he does for now. We're not going to attack him. Luckily, mirror the movements of the other. One paw may pat you on the shoulder, with the other he eagerly shakes your hand. Return his gestures and keep grinning. Mr. Cruz, what an honor. What an incredible honor. Welcome to my humble village. Seems custom to constantly grasp at each other's body parts. Hope this is not a local mating ritual. None of the embarrassment like on Sorgon 11. That was a terrible summer. My assistant informed me of your presence. I couldn't believe my luck. You see, I'm a bit of an admirer. His hand gestured towards the room. Another smile. Smile and nod. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. Mr. Cruz, please tell me how is it that Hollywood great, famous film star like you finds himself in our beautiful village? Oh, they'll expect more than just a nod and grin. I'm making a movie. Making a new movie seems like the safest thing to say right now. Look at him, he's fangirling. Mayor's visibly excited. Really? Here in this town? Why don't I know about this? Where's your film crew staying? I have a wonderful bed and breakfast in town, you know. Oh, what am I talking about? Where are you what am I talking about? Where are you staying? Do you need any permits? I can speed it all up for you. Just tell me what you need. Environmental protection, monument protection, youth protection, whatever you need an extension for, I'll sort it out for you. Maybe I know what your film is about. Mayor grins widely. Surely, I can tell you're biggest fan. Yeah, let's just invent a plot. It's all top secret, of course, but, inconspicuously, I think I can tell you. It's about, suddenly, we stumble a little, but then you realize you can literally see anything here, since the ocean and building knows nothing about your culture. So you simply tell a story from one of the last true crime podcasts you listened to. Play security officer who relies on algorithms to solve crimes. Algorithm predicts a crime so that the police officer can prevent it. But one day, the algorithm accuses the policeman himself. He is not actually planning to commit a crime at all. The cop has to prove his innocence while being hounded by his colleagues. Mayor's beyond excited. Amazing that you're doing a sequel to Dan. What is that one called? Marjorie Report? Oh yes. I know the movie. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a Minority Report, or Minority something. But yeah, I've watched the movie, so yeah. Sequel to Marjorie Report, that's one of my favourite movies. What? No matter how long as the mayor is happy. Abruptly as someone had just occurred to it, the man turns to face his lackey. Where are my manners? Mr. Cruz, I'm sure you would like a drink. Hey, you there, interns. 2 glasses of our finest, pronto. It makes circular hand movements and the sound of hurried steps behind you suggests that every wish is their command. Apparently, this culture exploits younger, weaker, and inexperienced workers who are hardly paid and even less valued, as comments. Good thing our society has no such barbaric underpinnings. You apply to the unpaid artificial intelligence and created only to satisfy your needs. Or to say, cast organizes the demanded glasses, Mayor Putzel gives you a tour of the town hall. Paintings, blueprints, and dioramas. The ocean buildings are obviously very proud of their achievements, no matter how trivial they are. As you can see, we're having a bit of a village fete here today. You know, we're just celebrating our 3G antenna, so we can finally plug those pesky reception halls around here. With everyone moving to 5G, this antenna was surprisingly cheap. None of my people believed in the project, but I always say, who knows, maybe the next Netflix will come from this town. Man looks at you as if an idea suddenly occurred to him. Tell me, Mr. Cruz, would you perhaps like to go on stage with me at the village fete and say a few words? That would certainly please my constituents. You would be my guest of honor and everything. Sure, let's go for it. What could possibly go wrong? Of course, as long as you're in the skin of a wanted criminal, it's better not to make any public appearances. Decide to play for time. I would be delighted to be your guest of honor, but you see, my schedule unfortunately is very full. I have to get in touch with my subordinates leader. I'm sure something can be done. Mayor Putzel is visibly pleased. Fabulous, fabulous. Oh, Mr. Cruz, you're making me very happy. Some sort of servant appears out of nowhere. Don't like that you're raising your eyebrows at me and kind of all hunched over and creepy. A silver tray presented us with 2 small containers filled with golden liquid. A small shot to celebrate. Mayor Putzel is visibly pleased and grasps one of the glasses. You're being offered the other one. Commander, do you remember the traditions I mentioned? One organized around the ritual consumption of poison? This seems to be it. You swallow dry. How deadly do you think this substance is? Estimate a 63.2 likelihood of survival, if you can still call it life, that is. Sure. What could possibly go wrong by taking the second glass? Can't think of a better idea right now than to play along. Thank you for this toxic substance, Oceana Building. Mr. Cruz, you've been practicing for a new role again. What a guy. Just great. Cheers. Clinks his glass on yours, then the mayor throws his head back and dumps the liquid down your throat. Cheers. First drop in your throat reminds you of the hostile volcanic planet, Phoebus 5. Through that lava planet from the safety of your spaceship, or pouring said lava into your body does make a significant difference. Guess you're not really used to anything strong in Hollywood, Mr. Cruz. There's lots of things you can learn from us. Yeah, it laughs and slaps you on the back. A barbaric act of friendship. You're doing beep. Commander, motivation database corrupted. Would really love to empty your insides out right now to get rid of the acid poison, but you just about managed to keep your shape. The interaction with the drink slaves seems to have made the mayor even more talkative. Gotta express how wonderful it is to be able to talk to you in person. Movie buff to movie star, I'm very interested in the projects you're working on right now. I would like to help you where possible. Do you need an alpine setting? I'm your man. Best wizard catering in the whole country. I'm on it. No red tape if you get me. But most importantly, do you still need an actor to play? I don't know, a full-figured mayor? I know the perfect candidate. He taps his chest. Yeah, let me talk to my producer. Better to reject the local ruler gently. I will talk to my, field of vision, ask list factors about the process of making Oceana Buildings movie that is found out on the Planetary Network. After a word with my producer. I can't promise anything, but I'll put in a good word for you. You seem talented to me. I'd be delighted if we could work together. Lucky approaches you again. It's not carrying a ceremonial object. Man looks at it, delighted. Excellent, Phipps. Thank you very much. Mr. Cruz, would you do us the honor of signing a town golden book? Both look at you excitedly and then play a big pile of bound paper right in front of you. You're expected to do something. Amanda, write your name in the book. Oh, really? What would you do without us? All of a sudden you forgot the name of the Oceana Bloodling you were impersonating. And anyway, you don't even know how to write in this language. I can write a naughty sketch. Fuck it, let's do it. It's one thing you learned in your school days is to draw naughty doodles. A few skillful strokes of your pencil, you immortalize yourself in the book. So this no one escapes you. Meta looks at your drawing with interest. Oh, what a wonderful drawing of a duck. Very nice. Man with manly talents. Oh, we don't get to see it. Pretzel looks at your signature happily. Mr. Cruz, this is a truly wonderful day. Not only for our beautiful village, but also for me personally. Fuck. As he speaks, a new group of Oceana Buildings approaches you. House gets a beat. Newcomers wear uniform and determined looks. Also carries something that probably passes for a weapon in this world. Barely realize, these are security forces. Man does not yet have an overview of the overall situation. Chief Inspector. This is the guardian of law and order here in our little town. May I introduce our special guest, straight from Hollywood, Mr. I know, Marcus. That's exactly why I'm here. Man looks irritated, while the security guard, the chief inspector, approaches you with a firm step. Mr. Cruz, as of this morning, an international arrest warrant has been issued against you. With half of Interpol, I hereby arrest you. Francie, the handcuffs, please. There's a mistake here. Gaze towards Mayor Putzel, and your grin has to work overtime. Well, there must be some confusion here. Mr. Mayor, isn't there anything we can do? The rest doesn't fit into my schedule at all. Immediately jumps to rescue. Oppenmuller, you can't just arrest a Hollywood star here in our town. What would that look like? You must know this is all a misunderstanding. Oppenmuller withstands the mayor's gaze. Warrant is a warrant. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? What a shame, especially since the police budget for this year still has to be negotiated. Let me tell you, right now it looks a lot like cuts. Economy, you know, and tenor wasn't cheap either. Policeman puts his arms on his hips and fixes the mayor with a stare. Let me tell you, an international arrest warrant is also valid in Bavaria, especially when it comes to such a prestigious case. With these words, he casts a glare over his shoulder at you. Online course of sociology paid off after all. Even on an alien world, you recognize the subtle dance of bribery and threat. Maybe you can offer the policeman something that will make him refrain from arresting you after all. Yeah, I don't think the lead role one will fit for him. Maybe for the mayor, but not for this gruff-looking policeman. Okay, the village would be very nice for filming. He's probably not going to give a shit about our film. I was so looking forward to being the guest of honor. I don't think any of these would fucking work, but let's go for the guest of honor one. Very sad, regrettable actually. I was looking so forward to the appearing as a guest of honor at your vegetable village. I don't know why my mind went there. Not even those words aren't even remotely close. Okay, village fate. If not today, then in the future. Yeah, a few autographs and so forth, but of course under these circumstances that's impossible. It immediately comes to your aid. Oppenmuller, a good man, can't you turn a blind eye until the fate is over at least? No, budget-wise, I think I can still find the money you need. Now that I think about it, I think it might even be enough for that new police car you wanted. I give him a winning smile. This man's smile has melted every obstacle so far. Put on your most winning smile yet. Chief Inspector, on the other hand, makes a serious face. Listen to me, mate. You seem to think that just because you're Mr. Important in Hollywood, you can do whatever you please here. This is a place where we obey law and order. Now come with me before I add attempted bribery to the charge. Offer was probably a bit too direct, damn it. I was challenged in via your communicator. Commander, I recommend you don't resist. The situation might look bad, but because of your special status as a member of the Hollywood caste, you can expect preferential treatment. Also, Commander, the network operating of this ocean and building mobile has just informed me that the monthly credit has been used up. Can no longer access the information network. How barbaric. Everything is going wrong today. Without resisting, you let the ridiculous metal rings be put around your arms. Presumably these are sufficient to capture an ocean of bloodling. Well, son of a bitch. I was hoping not to get arrested again, but here we are. Again. Should I run? So what problems do I face in the ocean and building legal system? Hopefully not something like the Gulag and the death swamps of the concerned 17 again. It really was last time you forgot to use the indicator when parking. Don't worry, Commander. The Oceana Building legal system provides only minor fines for people of their caste, so-called Hollywood stars, unless you are being cancelled. My contact with the internet was too brief to find out what this was all about, but it seems to be a fate worse than death. But at the same time, it is associated with very lucrative advertising deals. A confusing system. My stomach's beginning to cramp. Should I run? Don't have time to get in all that. What's against that, Commander? These policemen are armed and at a short range dangerous even for you. Recommended action. Cooperate and you'll get out of here in one piece. Maybe. Probably. Pretty sure. Yay, team! Oh great, Alice's emergency optimism drive has kicked in again. Well, that wasn't much different. I wonder if we don't stay silent this time. I'm warning you. You hiss menacingly and lean forward to a little. The layout of the land may have thrown you off for initially, but the ocean building has no idea that, as a shapeshifter, you can easily adapt to your surroundings. Form a small flap on your skin that protects your visual organs from direct light. I have no idea what I'm capable of. Policeman does not flinch. Seeing the photos, I can guess what you were up to with that manatee, Mr. Cruz. The whole world will know about it. What is he talking about? Intimidation tactics don't seem to be working. Okay, let's change my shape and break out. Enough now. It's primitive and their annoying procedures have kept you long enough. What else do you get up and take a step away from the table? You need space for this. What expands far beyond your natural size until your head hits the ceiling. Spiked armor plates crystallize on the surface of your body, and 6 powerful muscular legs form to support your colossal fighting form. You open your eyes. I don't like that face of yours. Policeman is still sitting at the table. Previously unimpressed expression on his face has given way to a mask of disbelief and horror. The mouth stands open. Colour has drained from his face. Bit his teeth and then simply run past him. Crash through the wall easily. Ocean buildings cry out in panic as you detrimentally make your way through the building, crush their ludicrous technology, finishing to under your feet. Us rolls off status updates about witnesses to your performance non-stop, but in your frenzy you hardly notice its voice. You break through the last wall on your way out. You feel great. Feel good to show these pathetic weaklings what you're made of. The fact that numerous ocean buildings just witness your true form is secondary now. Okay, so this is actually slightly different. A quiet corner, you catch your breath for a moment. Commander, do you think it is a good idea to keep this individual's appearance? Asked Person Neria. Without further hesitation, you transform into one of the law enforcement officers. Oh, okay, so this is still about the same. But we managed to transform into her. Okay, let's see what happens if we say that we're stuck here. Maybe we can get him to do help us with the antenna, maybe? For improvisations, you always found it helpful to say as close to the truth as possible. I'm not here by choice. I'm stranded here and can't get away, even if I wanted to. Smell the mayor briefly falters. Did you just hurt his local pride? Well, Mr. Cruz, we still want to welcome you and hope that you learn to appreciate our cozy village during your stay. Abruptly, as something had occurred to him, the mayor turns to face his lackey. But where are my manners? Mr. Cruz, I'm sure you like a drink. Hey there, intern. 2 glasses of our finest pronto. Okay, so yeah, this is sort of the same. Okay, let's try running with that. Wait, didn't you see ocean building ruins earlier? There were a few scribbled on the leather board in the office. Try to remember the writing as best as you can. You're sure? Not sure if you got it right. It looks on with interest. Cal Iceman Vilmer. Well, like from... I get it. I had the actual volleyball in the office. Superb joke, Mr. Cruz. What a great sense of humor. Right, great that worked out. Okay, rewinding back a little bit because that just led to the police station again, but we're going to see what happens if we attack him. No, this behavior all too well from your time in the West Galactic war zones. Moderately decorated veteran like you won't fall for that. So-called mayor approaches you, you take 2 steps, clap his arm to the side with a flat hand and use the moment of surprise for an elegant maneuver to position yourself behind his back. You wrestle him to the ground with your available limits. Success. Get your muscles ready for the upcoming battle with the mayor's henchman. But he does not attack you. On the contrary, he follows you ecstatically. Bravo, bravissimo. Simply fantastic, this performance. Mr. Cruz, it's amazing you do all your own stunts. What a talent. Mayor Puzo would make a great cameo in your next movie. Oh, damn it, I was hoping something a little bit different, like it. But yeah, anyway, you slowly get up on the floor. The mayor does the same and joins in the enthusiasm of his assistants. That was magnificent. What an honor, Mr. Cruz. I could swear you could hear Alice's accusatory silence. Awkwardly mirror the movements of the other. He pats you on the shoulder. Yeah, that's all the same. Well, rip. Okay, gone back a little bit more, so we're going to try and look for a new form this time instead of talking to the mayor. There's left for me to do. I had to find a new shape again. If I fall into the hands of the local security, I will never leave this world. Just at that moment, the door creaks opened. But you don't have time, Commander. Make the most of the situation we're in now. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, just going back to the main menu, and yeah, there's still, yeah, I can see the map here, so still looks to be other stuff I can do, but I am unsure of how to get there. Cause I know there's still several endings missing, because if we go over to here, yeah, I've only gotten, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the endings out of 19, so there's still a lot more to this game, but I don't know what to do. But yeah, I think I'll be ending it here for now. I had a lot of fun with this game. There's a lot more to this game than I thought there was going to be, and there's a lot more still to explore. But if you guys want to possibly figure out how to get these other endings and maybe explore more of this map and whatnot, I will leave the link in the description below to play this game. And yeah, with that, we'll be moving on to the next game.